Hey, welcome back to Wagon Train Trail Mix. I'm Wagon Master Chip, and I've been here alone in Wagon Train for a few weeks now, and it's been rough. I mean, just last night I had a raccoon for dinner. Wait, when I said that out loud, I realized what it sounded like. No, I didn't eat a raccoon for dinner last night, all right? I'm not some kind of weird hillbilly. No, I had a raccoon as my dinner guest last night. We shared a lovely dinner of roast possum. But a word of advice, don't invite a raccoon over for dinner, all right? They eat with their feet, they chew with their mouth open. It's gross. But things are looking up because this morning, I got the most exciting thing in the mail. My favorite thing to get at camp, a care package from my mom. Now, there is no telling what's in this baby right here, all right? It could be beef jerky, could be filled with candy. Maybe there's a new iPhone in here. Maybe, just maybe, inside of this box are the keys to the Ferrari that my mom told me she would totally get me in my dreams. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the first ever Wagon Master Chip's Mom's Care Package unboxing. Let's see what's in this baby. Open it up here. Let's see. First thing, socks. Okay, all right, let's see what else we got. More socks and socks. Yeah, this is just a big box full of socks. Wait. There's underwear in there too. Well, I was disappointing, but hey, you guys are still here, and we are still going through the 10 Commandments, so let's have some fun. Let's open up our Bibles, open them up to Exodus chapter 20, starting in verse 8. We see commandment number 4. It says this: "Remember the Sabbath day, keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all of your work, but on the seventh day it is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. And on it you shall not do any work, neither you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your male or female servants, nor your animals, nor any foreigners residing in the towns. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth and the sea and all that is in them, but then he rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy." Then he moves on to commandment number 5 and verse 12, and he says this: "Honor your father and your mother, so that you may live long in the land that the Lord your God is giving you." So, those are commandments number 4 and 5. Commandment number 4, to rest on the Sabbath. And commandment number 5, to honor your father and mother. Let's start by talking about commandment number 4, to rest on the Sabbath. Because Sabbath is a word that you and I probably don't use very often. I mean, maybe you've never even heard the word Sabbath before, but basically this idea of the Sabbath, it's the idea of a weekend. You see, God set up that his people should take 1 day a week to get absolutely no work done. He knew that we needed rest, and so he said that we should take a Sabbath. It's 1 day where we don't work on anything, but we rest and we relax and we refocus on what matters most, on God, on worshiping and connecting with our Creator. You see, as human beings, we love to fill our lives full of stuff that we think we need to do. We fill our lives up with things like band concerts and choir practices and dance recitals and sports games and video games that we need to play or movies that we need to watch or YouTube videos that we need to see. We fill our lives to the top with a bunch of stuff that we feel like we have to do. But God knows that what we need is to spend some time with him. What we need is a regular time when we slow down, when we forget about all of the things that we feel like we have to do, and we focus on the most important thing, which is connecting with our Creator and worshiping God. So that's what the Sabbath is. God knows that we need to slow down and to focus on him. And so he tells us to do that in something called a Sabbath. Then we get to commandment number 5. Now, commandment number 5 is to honor your father and mother. You see, for each of us, for each of you guys, God has put some adults in your life who are there to take care of you, to provide for you, and to guide you. Now for you, maybe that's your parents, maybe it's your mom and dad, maybe it's grandparents that you live with, or aunts and uncles, or maybe you live with foster parents. But no matter who it is, there are people in your lives, adults in your lives that God has put there to guide you, to direct you, and to take care of you. And what this is saying is that our job, your job, is to love, to respect, to honor, and yes, to obey those adults in your life. Now, sometimes that's not something we want to do. Sometimes we think we know better than them, but God says, no, I put them there because I know that you need them. I think back to when I came to Wagon Train for the first time. I was about 8 years old and I was going into the 3rd grade, and I came here as a camper. It was the first time I was away from my parents for more than one night, and it took about 48 hours before I was disgusting. You see, my first week at Wagon Train, I didn't change my clothes, shower, or brush my teeth the entire week long. I came home with a suitcase full of clean clothes that had never left the bag. All it took was a little time away from my mom for me to turn into a gross ball of dirt. And about half of you guys are really grossed out by that story, and the other half of you do the same exact thing when you come here to Wagon Train. To this day, my mom still tries to take care of me by sending me fresh socks and underwear, because she thinks that I'm probably still someone who has the hygiene of an 8-year-old. Which isn't too far from the truth, but that's not the point. The point is that she cared for me, and that I needed her to care for me, because even though I thought I knew what I was doing as an 8-year-old, I really didn't. I needed her to keep me from being a gross ball of dirt, and God knew that. God put her in my life to care for me, to guide me, and to direct me. And so my job was to obey her. You see, guys, what these 2 commandments have in common is that God knows what we need. We might not think that we need to rest and to slow down, but God knows that we do. We might not think that we need anyone to tell us what to do or to take care of us, but God knows that we do. And you see, guys, that's what we see in both of these commandments. God knows and cares about what we need. Because the God of the universe, the mighty and powerful God of everything, who made everything that exists just by speaking it into existence, he knows what it's like to live a life like yours or a life like mine. He knows what it's like to be busy or to be stressed out. He knows what it's like to have parents who he has to honor and respect and obey. He knows what our lives are like. He knows what we need, and he cares about us. That's the big idea of commandments 4 and 5. It's that the God who created everything knows and cares about what we need.